gentlemen, friends, family, lovers, on this joyous occasion, we gather to celebrate the union of two beautiful people, Steph and Simon. As father of the bride, it is my duty and pleasure to welcome you all. You know, it's a widely acknowledged fact that the bond between father and daughter is something special. But having a daughter isn't something I anticipated with relish. You see, I grew up in a family with 3 brothers. Girls were, and to a large extent still are, a wholly mysterious thing. I knew what to do with boys. You kick a football round, you build Lego spaceships, you climb trees, you have rough and tumble play fights and play video games. But what on earth do you do with a girl? So the day comes. Somewhat inconveniently, it's Christmas Eve. Or Stephmas as it's now known. Even less conveniently, I'd been up most of the night with a stomach bug. Sam did her best to comfort me on the way to the hospital, but I don't think her heart was in it. She seemed very distracted. Nevertheless, we get to Airedale Hospital. The next moment, it seems, the midwife says, "It's a little girl." Sam's face lights up. And I think, oh. I was handed this small, fidgety bundle. And again, I wonder, what on earth am I going to do with this? But I needn't have worried. It turns out what you do with a daughter becomes naturally. You kick a football round, build Lego, climb trees, have play fights and play video games. But you also have to teach them to throw a decent punch. Jim, I've loved you without limits since the moment I first held you. You stole your papa's heart at that moment. I never gave it back. And if you did, it would break. So you better just hang on to it.
I'm just going to go from the old heart there. When I first met Si, he was a bit of a chav, right? Loved to have his Adidas on. He'd literally have a hoodie, trackies tucked into his socks. He were that lad. I taught him who Jimi Hendrix was and a bit of Eric Clapton, and then he turned into a massive hippie. Alright? So that's the level. Sorry, mate. And then I met Steph. Steph's the dopest person I've ever met. I'm not joking. She's more of a lad than Si is. I'm not joking. And with that, I just want to say, real quickly, I love both these guys. They're both my best mates. I love them to death. And I want you all to give them a massive fucking round of applause. Because they're fucking amazing. Go on, lads. Love you, Steph. Love you, Si. Mic drop.
Like Si, I'm known for being a talker, so I'm going to try and keep this short and sweet. So, for those of you who don't know me, I hold the great honour of being Steph's oldest friend, having met her 27 years ago. Stebby, I've had the privilege to see you evolve through so many iterations of yourself, from tiny and adorable 4-year-old on the first day of school, to attitude-riddled 11-year-old tomboy, to the incredible woman and creative free spirit that you are today. I know that I wouldn't be the person that I am today if it wasn't for you and your parents. I can't see them, but I love you. Oh, I didn't get a tissue. No, I've left it. Heck, I probably wouldn't be alive, since you pretty much saved my life when my seat came undone on a roller coaster when we were 13. That action exactly. I've always been in awe of your ability to go with the flow and to ride out what life throws at you. Your strong, rebellious nature has always shone through, like that time, thank you, you're prepared, like that time you climbed up a wall to eat most of a 2-litre tub of vanilla ice cream just so you wouldn't have to give me a spoonful. Now, Stevie, you may have always been a hard nut to crack, but Si's done it. And of course he has. Si, you have the most infectious zest for life, a thirst to know everything you can about anything that intrigues you. And just like Steph, you've always danced to the beat of your own drum, although in your case, literally. One of the most exciting parts of being maid of honour is going dress shopping. When we went dress shopping for dresses, it was easy to tell when Steph had found the one that felt right for her, because she moved differently. Her body relaxed, like she couldn't help but twirl and twist and move. And that's how I know you're the right person for her too, Si. You fill the space in a room in such a complimentary way, it allows her to relax and expand. Together, you just work. And you've shown that to be true after more than a decade of commitment, love, and life shared. Today isn't the start of your life together, it's a celebration of who you've already become together and who you will be in the future that you build. I'm sure I can speak for everyone here when I say what a pleasure it is to be loved by both of you, and how delighted we all are that you found each other. So please join me in raising a glass, stamping your feet, or giving a massive and a marriage that was worth the wait.
I just want to say a few words about my husband. So some of you may know that Si's sister Michelle recently got married. And Si was given the honour of giving a best man speech, which to his credit went extremely well. He even got a handshake from my dad, and the pride on Si's face was brilliant. But what most of you don't know is that Si was actually thinking about performing a song for his speech. I bet you'd all like to hear that, wouldn't you? Probably got it on me somewhere. Oh, and I've got no pockets in this dress. You'll have to come find me later if you want to hear some of that. No, so I didn't go through with the song. And I can totally understand why. I mean, what a nerve-wracking experience to put yourself through on such an emotional day, and to write and perform it in front of your friends and family. I just can't even imagine the stress that a person would have to go through, and to want to do that. Oh dear. Thanks for that, Han. I was kind of hoping you might forget, but we're here now. Right, we're in tune, I hope. Oh, I'm sorry to all the real musicians out there. Back in the days before you taught me how to fish, saw you at Pizza Hut and thought, these quite a dish. And you, when you saw me, well, how could you resist? But I've got something to admit. I can't for the life of me remember our first kiss. Sorry. But that's just one of those things that I love about you. As my memory's like a sieve, and I know you know it's true. But you keep our special times all locked up in your mind, and I know that I can always count on you. Telling me your version of events, even if they're not particularly flattering to me. So, you're the love of my life. I'm just so happy that I get to be your wife. That I wouldn't want it any other way. I'm glad to be your wife. And long ago, before my hair started to grow, you wouldn't care, and well, who's to know? Maybe you regret it, and maybe you don't care. But doesn't it just go to show that we make a great pair? You never made me feel like I had to work hard to appeal to you. And you've smelled my morning breath, so that's a big deal. We've travelled high and low and shared our ups and downs, but I still like to think we've had more smiles than frowns. Each weekday you wake up and make my cup of tea. On the weekends it's my turn, and I try to make yours cold and milky. That's how he likes it, I'm not mean. Sometimes it is tough to try and keep washed all your buffs, but all of these things just serve to remind me why. Sigh, you're the love of my life. I'm just so happy that I get to be your wife. Sigh, I've just got to say that I wouldn't want it any other way. I'm glad to be your strife, I mean wife. 10 years later, when you thought that all was swell, didn't hear it coming, that great big wedding bell. You said yes to me, but then you had other plans. Upon that stage you jumped before all of the Supergrass fans. You gave me that ring, and what a magic piece of bling when you made me the happiest girl in the land. Right, I need everybody to join in now. You've heard the chorus a couple of times. It's happening. Get ready. Sigh, you're the love of her life. She's just so happy that she gets to be your glad to be your wife. To cut the cake in just a second, so if you want to come round, grab a picture, it's in the middle. And then some live bands might turn up or something a bit later, so just chill out, get another drink, have another game.